Babe, guess what?
What?
We hit 1,000 downloads.
Shut the front door. I have been driving her crazy. I swear, probably every like 15 minutes. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Because, we had this countdown, right? So our first goal was to get to 1,000, which we've now accomplished. So now the next goal will be 5,000.
If you've tuned in to see if you can argue with your spouse and still be madly in love, you're in the right spot.
I'm Kent.
And I'm Annie.
And we're the Kilkos. Sound like a game show.
We're your host of Life's Little Arguments. We're not trained experts in love and marriage. Actually, we might be quite dysfunctional, but we have been happily married for 16 years.
Debatable.
Not only will we share all the ups and downs of marriage, but the ins and outs of raising his and her kids, growing through new jobs and opportunities, and our latest obsession, our empty nest babies, our dogs, Blakely and Lincoln.
So if you hear ding, ding, ding across the microphone, they're probably walking across the floor.
Listen in each week while we discuss our life, current events, random TikToks, and the little arguments that undoubtedly come up. Whether you're in a long-term relationship yourself or in a fresh new relationship, we hope you find our podcast fun, entertaining, and helps you realize there is a normal in life's little arguments. I think the actual next goal is 2,500.
All right. Well, I'm an overachiever, so I'm going to say 5,000.
Anyway.
Well, hold on. Before we even get started.
We are trying to record this again.
Now. We're on video.
First of all, I have not even posted the last one yet because there's a lot involved in making that happen. So
we are on video as well.
But I'm recording this one just in case.
But my wife, as if she needed any more reason to bring attention to her tickle bitties, she decided to leave the nipple butter from dinner tonight on her boobie. And I said, we're recording now, video. You sure you don't want to go? No, you're not going to be able to see it. So once I saw that it was on the camera, I said, nope, your ass is staying right here.
Well,
it's your fault.
To be fair, looking down at myself, it was not very dark.
Noticeable.
But when I see it on video, I'm like, it's literally...
Looks like a big nipple.
It looks like
you're
my nipple is leaking.
You're obviously not breastfeeding. So we're going to call that nipple butter instead.
This is going to be, Nipple-Gate.
Yeah,
This is episode Nipple-Gate.
No, that is amazing. Episode Nipple-Gate. That should have been our intro.
That should have been the intro.
We're not going to go back and redo it. No,
we're
not going to go back and do it. But
No
Nipple-Gate 2024.
All right, Nipple-Gate 2024.
That is amazing.
Fantastic. We have two little guests with us today, on video at least.
Doggy 1 and Doggy 2. If you've never seen them, this is Lincoln. He's our boy dog. He's the younger one.
And this is Blakely. She doesn't, I guess, want to, she didn't want to hide her.
We'll see how long they last. But Annie was hoping that Blakely was going to cover Nipple-Gate. Nipple-Gate. But no, we're going to have it in full view this evening. So
yeah. So. Well, so this is our second podcast this week. We released a bonus.
Yeah.
And that bonus got us over our 1,000 downloads, which was pretty cool. There's Blakely.
I think the bonus one, that was probably, I feel like I keep saying this, but that was probably my favorite episode so far.
Really?
To me, it was the most genuine, the most authentic. Like, I feel like we really talked about and all of them are authentic and genuine, but I feel like it really kind of hit on some real topics that I suspect other people probably can relate to.
Yeah, I think it probably had more real talk than most of our others. Yeah. But, it's kind of crazy, but also probably very on brand for me is I literally don't remember the things that we've talked about. And that's
absolutely tracking for you.
Sort of why we keep somewhat of a list and try to kind of mark things out so we don't just repeat ourselves over and over. But I literally don't remember what we've talked about.
Yeah. Well, if we start down that path, I'll probably remember. So we'll be fine.
Let's see. We'll hope so. So anyway, well, I've got to do better. So if we are going to be on video, this is going to be a problem because I am looking rough today.
But at least we have something to talk about because now we can talk about Nipple-Gate.
We can talk about Nipple-Gate now. Well, there's a lot of things going on, actually. So first up, we are... let me ask you, are you excited for Georgia football?
Sit around all year for 9 months waiting for this to happen. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. Georgia opens up.
Is it 9 months?
Well, yeah, because the national championship's in January and will be in September. So, I'd say 9 months. A lot of other teams, they probably say 10 months, but that's because they're not playing in January like Georgia.
Oh, boom.
So anyhow, I'm pretty stoked about it.
I don't think we did last year, did we?
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But, if you win 2 out of 3 years, whatever.
Okay.
So, but they open up this year against Clemson at noon, which I'm not a huge fan of the noon games because
noon games.
Georgia, they play flat. But I think it's probably because when we play noon game, it's because we're playing a smaller school and, it's kind of to be expected or whatever. But Kirby will have them ready to go, ready to rock and roll. I imagine all the fans at the game will be stoked, pumped up, ready to go. Especially, because Clemson on week 1 is a huge game. Huge game. So, yeah, I think everybody's excited about it.
Yeah, definitely.
What
excited.
did you – so, I know that before you and I started dating and whatnot.
I need you to get closer to the mic. The last episode drove me crazy because
last episode you had me in a damn bar stool.
First of all,
I'm talent. I'm talent, so I need you to do better. I need to do it. I need you to do better.
Well, then I'm going to need you to up my podcast budget then.
Okay. So, I guess
that doesn't solve the issue. I need you to be closer to your microphone.
Before we started dating.
Just pull it closer to you.
Don't tell me what to do.
I need to because you're not staying
I can hear myself perfectly.
No, I'm telling you, it's doing the same thing as last time, so you need to pull it closer.
So, I don't want to make it seem like I'm yelling, but...
you always sound like
God darn it, you made me lose. So anyway, before we started dating, I assume you probably didn't follow much college football.
I mean,
or at least not SEC college football.
No, definitely not.
Because you're from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio, right? We were
So
Buckeye
you like
fans.
the Buckeyes. So it's not like you didn't know anything about college football. It's just SEC's different.
Yeah, for sure. My brothers, my stepdad, they all watched football. The big Ohio State fans. My brother went to Ohio State, so obviously I've been to Ohio State games, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care anything about it, honestly.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, like how invested are you in the seasons now? Now that we've been together this many years,
I would say I'm on like a good 7 from the standpoint of I love a good outfit. I love a great football outfit. I love a great football spread. That's very important to me.
She means food, finger food.
Yes, and I thoroughly enjoy being around a bunch of people I love being around a bunch of people to watch the game, mostly because I don't end up watching the game. But then it's like irritating being around people to watch the game because I don't watch the game. Does that make sense?
Feel you. Yeah, I feel you. So that's probably why I'm kind of really strict on, I'm going to watch it at the house or I'm going to watch it where I can kind of pay attention, because if I watch it with people who have no clue what's going on with football, it irritates the shit out of me. I mean, to no end. And especially when they use words like we. Like, who are we playing this week? And I'm like, bitch, if you're asking who are we playing, you're not we, right? You just say who is Georgia playing. That's what you need to ask. But anyhow, I didn't go to school there, so maybe I don't deserve to say we. But I've been following Georgia my entire life. So
well, it's actually I was thinking about that this week. Because Jackson obviously is a huge Florida fan. And which is kind of strange if you think about how young he was when you came around and how big football is to you. It's kind of unusual, I feel like, that he is a Florida fan and not ended up being a Georgia fan.
Well, and just so the audience knows, his dad is a Florida fan.
Yes,
so
his dad is a Florida fan.
The one thing that he has held on to.
Yes.
It's been a bonding thing with him and his dad. That Jackson, bless his heart, he gets so damn excited
every year.
I mean, I'm just talking about pumped up. And halfway into the first game, him and his dad are calling each other and they're texting each other. And they're, Jackson's throwing his. I mean, it's like, bro, since Tebow's been there, it's just not been the same.
It's just not been the
same.
Let it go.
But anyhow, that's always been a bonding thing for them. And of course, obviously, when you and I first got together and everything I did was compared to his dad, it was like, oh my God, I can't ever do anything right. But now I respected it a lot. I love that they have that relationship when it comes to football and hunting and a couple of other things that they do together. So
yeah, I do too. I'm happy for him. However, and as much as I do love you and I love Georgia and I listen, I like me some Kirby Smart too. There's a part of me that kind of hopes Florida does okay for Jackson's sake.
Yeah.
So
he can stay into the season.
Yes,
yeah.
I let him make it through more than half of the season. Give him something to cheer about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see. I don't know. But it's going to be exciting. We have a pool party we're actually supposed to be going to. And
the pool party starts at 1 though, I think.
So
we just watched the first half of it here.
Yeah.
And then we make our way over there and hopefully the score will be such that I can relax a little bit while the game's going on and watching it at this pool party that other people probably aren't going to be paying attention to.
Right.
But we'll see how it goes. And if not, I will get back in the damn car and I will come back home and watch the rest of the game and then go back to the pool party after that. So.
Okay, so here's the question. If you're at a pool party and you're watching a Georgia football game, because I don't know that we've had a pool party with a Georgia football game yet, have we?
Not that I'm aware of, or not one that we've attended.
So the question is, will the pink towel be on your swim trunks?
That's a great question.
I think I stumped him.
The answer to that is the pink towel will be on whatever I'm wearing. If it's swim trunks or if it's shorts at that time, the pink towel will absolutely be on there. If that means I don't get into the pool until after the game, that's what it means. But yeah, that's...
What does the pink towel mean, actually?
I really don't know. We got it when your mom had breast cancer.
Is that when you got it?
Yeah, that's when I got it. And, every October, the NFL and all these, they start doing these big fundraisers for breast cancer. And I remember ordering it. I know it was at the time that your mom, got breast cancer. And I've had it since. So when did she pass?
She's been gone 10 years and it was 3 years before that. So it's been
I've
had
had
that towel for 13 years.
Long time. And I'm guessing it's probably only been washed 8 to 10 times.
Has it been washed at all?
Yeah.
That's true because
I wash it at least once a season.
Okay, first of all, it's a quarterback. It's like a quarterback towel, right? Because he was a quarterback in high school. So
put it right here by my hands,
right there by your hands. And
so when
he's eating wings and he's eating whatever,
I'm drinking, it's just there.
It's actually extremely convenient.
Yeah, and it's smart. But because if I don't have it, then what do? I get a paper towel and I put a paper towel right there for that very reason. So,
and that's annoying.
But there have been times where, something will happen. I don't have the towel on. Georgia plays like crap. I'm like, I can't find a towel. I'm frantic. So people were like sending me messages, put your damn towel on, so it's like a thing now. So I think that's as big a part of it. There were a lot of people who were invested in that pink towel. So
well, a lot of people have a lot of superstitions about that. But it was funny tonight hearing Lauren talk about it, that's one thing that she knew you had a superstition, and it was about that towel.
That's probably my only superstition, if I'm being honest. That's probably the only one that is a full-on superstition.
I was trying to think back to like high school if I had any superstitions when I was playing, because I played volleyball.
Yeah.
And I really can't think of any. I mean, I did things the same way, but I don't know that I did them because it was a superstition. It was just more so that's the way I did things. Of course, Jackson's like that too. He'll go through, he'll have a jersey on, and then he'll end up with a polo on, and then he'll put a t-shirt on, and then he finally just gives up.
That's his going through the progression of the
Florida
polo
going
didn't
downhill.
work. Okay, let me try something else. So that's not really a superstition. That's like, let me throw spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks.
Oh, bless it.
But anyways, Florida's going to end up making a turn, and they're going to be all right, but just not this year.
I was going to say in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it? So anyway, well, last night last night was kind of busy because we got invited to be part of a promotional video, and because they were doing a video for, the Squeaky Clean dog wash, they were doing a promotional video for that. And so the people, making the video, they know us through the Business and Brews, networking, stuff like that, and they obviously know that we love our dogs and do everything.
And if you're not from around here,
dogs.
Squeaky Clean is like the automatic car washes that everyone has now. They actually have a dog one that's right next to a car wash. Yeah,
and I was very interested to see it because it is right by the car wash. I'm like, what is this?
Do they
is this
put
like
them on a
Jetson
conveyor
style?
belt?
Right? Is this Jetson style? And we're gonna put them on the beginning.
If we got to
and
put them on a conveyor belt,
that would
our
be
dogs
amazing.
ain't gonna work. Yeah,
that would be fantastic. If I could put them on this conveyor belt and they shot out the other end clean, that'd be great.
But it was cool though. I mean, you put them in the normal stand that I guess everyone probably uses, but you got a hose. You push a button for shampoo.
It's
push
literally
a
like a car wash because it all comes out of the same hose.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool. I could certainly see, especially on big dogs, I could certainly see where it would be useful. And then they got the blow dryer and all that stuff. So
our dogs didn't care for it too much, but they also Blakely didn't. She's not super crazy about getting.
And we
weren't
really sure what to expect, but when you go to the groomer, they have the chains and stuff that they put them to, and we didn't know to bring a collar and all that stuff. So
we should have, but we didn't.
Yeah, so that I imagine had we had that, it probably would have helped a little bit. But anyhow, the video was cool. They always do a great job with it, and we're just glad we got asked to be there because our baby's celebrities around
Yes,
here.
so if you need, a dog for one of your videos, we are accepting applications. I am their agent, and you can contact me,
Venmo.
and I'll let you know what their
Cash
fee
App.
is. Yes, Venmo and Cash App. It's
Because
very,
need
very official
listen,
and professional.
What Annie's really meaning to say is she cannot afford another tank top. And this is the only one she had, and this one's been ruined now.
It has been ruined. Like, I can't even wear this to the gym. I mean, really?
And it's butter, so you know it's not going to come
butter.
out.
It ain't coming out.
Yeah.
Butter ain't
I mean, because it's
out.
been like that since dinner, and that was an hour ago. So
Yeah, it's not
It's
coming.
ruined.
Blakely's like, what are you doing? You're
Sorry,
messing up my nappy nap time. Did you hear that Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber had their baby?
Justin Bieber's married?
Yes, where have you
What's
been?
his wife's name?
Hailey Bieber.
Hold on, I got to go look up
She's
Hailey
Hailey
Bieber.
Baldwin.
Oh.
It's Stephen. I think it's Stephen Baldwin's daughter.
Yeah. Is this their first baby?
It is their first baby.
You know who I saw the other day that you used to have a crush on TV? I see him on TikTok all the time. It reminds me of Justin Bieber. I'm going to give you hints.
Ryan Sheckler.
Ryan Sheckler. He does not look like he used to look.
He was such a cutie.
He's still a good looking kid, but he's obviously I'm guessing probably 30 now or whatever. But he doesn't have that same kind of boyish look that you used to like.
Yeah,
or
he
whatever,
was he was a little cutie. But anyway, the Justin and Hailey Bieber made me think of baby, because did we take them? Did I take them?
I don't know, but I got to tell this story. And this
Who
is
took the kids to that concert? We took
We
the
did,
kids.
yeah.
It was
Because you
it
remember
was like New
Ludacris
Year's
showed up.
Eve.
Ludacris showed up. Lauren fell asleep.
Of course she did.
So this is one of our inside jokes. Can I tell this one about Usher, or do we need to wait?
Have you told it already?
No. Lauren has been bugging us about being a guest on here.
Lauren
So
has
she's
been
like,
talking
me and
about
Jackson want to do an episode. I'm just
I
going to
think
tell
we
this
can
one
talk about
story.
something else
I'm
with
going to tell
them,
this
yeah.
one story.
Yeah.
It was probably after we went to the Justin Bieber concert. Of course,
I don't know. It was so we gave so the way it went down is we gave the kids tickets for Christmas.
printed
And
on paper or something like that.
yeah, whatever. And so, but the concert wasn't until the almost following Christmas. Was it right then?
No, it was a while back. I can't remember.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. And so, they got excited, and it was in the baby, that whatever. It was he was brand new. He was big. He was huge. I think Jackson must have been like 4th, 5th grade, something like that. And so Lauren, must have been like 1st, 2nd. And so like he's a boy, and like he doesn't really want to show that he's excited, but he was kind of was excited and thought it was cool.
So he's at the age when I don't remember what social media was or what video platform it was, but he's doing this video, and we're recording his YouTube or whatever it was. So I bet we can find a video. Actually, we need.
I think the video is so far hidden.
The last time we looked for it, I said where we find it. But anyhow, I go downstairs and I call him.
No, they did a video. He and Anna or somebody did a video where they were like dancing, and they might have been singing. I don't know. And I guess I put it on YouTube thinking that
literally the same story I just told.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out why it was on YouTube. Anyway.
So anyhow, I go downstairs and I call his phone, and I'm like, "Hey man, this is Jackson Williams." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "This is Usher." He was like, "Oh hey, Mr. Usher." I just saw your video, man, and I'm talking about you look so good. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Usher. He 150% thought that I was Usher calling him.
Baby.
And I'm talking about I was on the other end just bawling, laughing so hard. So that's always been like an inside joke
it was
to our family.
It was so mean. That's probably like one of the meanest things you could ever do to somebody.
Yeah, that was before we started coining the word bullying. I was kind of bullying my stepson.
Yes, you really were.
But it was funny, and of course at that age he felt stupid, and then I felt like a jerk. But now we laugh about it, of course. But I cannot talk about Justin Bieber or anyone in that era without remembering that story. So I digress.
He fell for it, poor guy. But yeah. So
and I'm surprised as a mama bear. I'm surprised you even let it go that far.
I'm actually surprised. I'm thinking now too about why
you
would
would
have
cut it off. Do not, Jackson. That is not Usher. That is not Usher. That's your stepdad down there being an asshole. That's probably what would happen now.
Well, I mean, if we're being honest, you were kind of an asshole to him quite a few times.
Whatever.
So
I was making him a man.
You were not.
I was
toughening
him up.
You were not toughening him up. You were being a jerk off, is what you were. And so talking about other, what did I say her last name was? Hailey
Bieber?
Baldwin.
Oh God, yeah. So y'all probably have seen the situation where he shot someone on.
Well, I think he didn't say who we're talking about.
Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
I think that's pretty obvious. But Alec Baldwin
It
shot
might not be
someone
obvious.
while making a movie. And, of course, it wasn't a blank bullet like it should have been. And the guy, I think, passed away.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
Killed somebody.
Yeah, so the girl, you've heard about it, I'm certain of it. But the girl who was supposedly the one that was supposed to check all this.
Armor
she's
or
taking
like
the
that.
heat for it and all that stuff. But then Tarantino, who's the director, I'm assuming, he's the director of all these other movies. I think we saw this on TMZ maybe. So allegedly.
That's where we get all of our news, y'all.
I'm
Is
going to say
TMZ,
allegedly.
just FYI.
Which
if you ever want to fact check
the main
us,
guy on
we're following
TMZ is an
TMZ.
attorney.
He
So
is
I
an
figure
attorney,
he's
yeah.
not going to do it if there's any real risk to it. But anyhow, allegedly Tarantino's saying that Baldwin should be 10% responsible for this
Which
guy's
is crazy.
murder. And I'm
It's
like,
absolutely crazy.
yeah, that's like how was Alex supposed to know? So I think you were the one that mentioned it yesterday. So let's say that Alec is found guilty in some respects. Then every other movie star from here on out is going to be like, I'm not doing a movie with
guns?
bombs and
Yeah,
guns
no,
and
heck no.
grenades, and so we might as well just hang up any action film from here on
Yeah,
out. So
I don't know. It was weird.
it's a very, very sad occurrence.
It's very sad.
Very, very. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't see how you can blame it on
Anyway,
anyone other
he
than
wasn't necessarily found not guilty, but they dismissed the trial because I think they said the prosecutors had deliberate misconduct or something like that. It was something along those lines. And I was going to tell you, so we hit our 1,000 downloads, which is very exciting, but there's also another reason that is big for us in podcasting today.
Yeah. Our brethren.
Our brethren.
Our brethren.
Brethren.
The Kelsey brothers.
The Kelsey brothers, they signed $100 million contract.
But it's a 3-year contract.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
okay. I'm sorry.
It's only $33.3 million
Sure,
a
right.
year.
Psh, I don't need that.
That's just for the podcast.
That's
too.
chump change.
That's what's so crazy. That's just for the podcast.
Well, which is
No
good
other
for Jason because
endorsements,
Jason
no other
retired.
yeah.
So
Man, and I'm telling you, I honestly, I know that people don't like the whole Travis and T Swift. What's her
Taylor,
name?
it's fixing to ramp back
Yeah,
up.
it's going to ramp up. There's a lot of haters for it or whatever. But to me, from what I can tell, there's no two better people for it to happen to than Jason and Travis. They just seem like good dudes.
I like listening to him. Jason, I think we've talked about this before. To me, Jason is he's very funny.
Yeah,
very witty.
and have you've seen his documentary? We watched it. It's called Kelsey.
Yeah, really loved
But just his wife is so down to earth. The relationship he has with his kids, the relationship they have with their mom. I mean, it is just. I don't know. They just seem like a wonderful family, and their parents have done an incredible job raising them. But anyhow, since they are our brethren, we're excited to reach 1,000 listeners,
right.
so we can get 33 cents a year versus $33.3 million per year.
Yeah,
we might make
Who
more
knows?
than 33%.
You know, I mean, I'm going to put it out there. I'm putting all the good vibes out there.
Put it in the universe. Let's go for $33.
That's right,
this
because
year.
then if that happens, I feel like I could get a better budget, and you could get a chair that matches mine.
Mine could
And
move back and forth.
I could
like
get rid
yours.
of the nipple butter.
Yeah.
Shirt.
Buttergate. God, get it right.
The Buttergate shirt. That
So
would be
anyhow, congratulations to the Kelsey brothers.
Congratulations
Keep
to
it
the
up.
Kelsey brothers.
Keep
We
it
are
up. They're
very
great
proud
dudes.
of you, and we will continue to look at your clips on YouTube because I don't listen to the whole thing. But I do love Taylor Swift and him. I love them together. I don't care if people hate it. And I got my
I honestly
my
like,
sweatshirt that says, "Is Taylor's boyfriend playing today?" Or I don't know what the shirt. It says something along
I mean,
those lines,
honestly
but
though, like outside of Taylor, like throwing her political agenda around every now and again, like what, like how could you really hate two people being happy together?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's abundantly clear that they are happy together. Both of them have been in the media for years, and Taylor for years and years and years, and she's never been in trouble. Yeah. Travis has never been in trouble. You know what I mean? Like they're either exceptionally.
She's only
good
had the
at
run-in. The only run-ins she's ever had were with Kanye.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kanye, he lost all kinds of money on that real estate deal. Did you see that today too? He bought that beachfront property, which looks amazing, and gutted it and left all the. It's like the entire thing is like steel or concrete or whatever, and hired an architect, but then never. I guess followed through with
renovating.
Yes, that word. Jesus.
You're married to a realtor.
Oh my God.
Renovating, right?
I'm not sure where that was going. and then it didn't follow through with it, and then tried to sell it, and I mean, it sold for way less. He lost like $21 million.
Jeez.
I mean, why wouldn't you could have just spent $21 million. You wouldn't even have to put $21 million in it to get it to where it needed to be.
They got nothing. Call me next time, Kanye.
Right, exactly.
I'll go
Call
get my
Kent
license.
next time, please, Kanye. So I'm hoping that I don't have any type of vacation disaster.
Oh, jeez.
On this one, because we know that if something is going to happen on vacation, it typically is going to happen to me. We've had a couple of incidents. Like, you remember the year we went to Panama City and we went back
on that airboat.
Airboat.
Yeah.
And I got bit by whatever it was.
Something that you're very, very, very allergic to.
In my hand.
Went Nutty Professor.
It went complete
within minutes.
Nutty Professor. Yeah. It was insane.
Yeah.
And then when we went to Hawaii, did we tell this story already?
No.
I think we did.
No, I think it's in our notes. But if we did, we didn't really elaborate it. So we went to Hawaii, and this is kind of twofold.
Oh my God, I'm having like a
Well, how about this? If you go back and you listen, you can always take this out, but we haven't. So anyhow, kind of twofold here. So there was Annie and I had the skip ball. And like, if you ever go on vacation with me to the beach water, just know that I'm doing something.
There's no
active.
laying out.
I'm not laying down. I'm not reading a book. I'm active the whole time. So
that's why I have to take a play date for him.
Yeah, that's why we go on vacation with people. So the skip balls, we had, I think,
a float.
A
like
float of
just
some
a regular
sort,
round ring floaty.
So I was like, hey, let's hold it up in front of us and let's see if the person can skip it in and kind of make it through the hole. Well, I wasn't thinking. She had sunglasses on at the time. And after a few attempts or whatever, one bounces perfectly right through the hole, hits her right in the nose.
Smack dab in the damn eyes.
Bust her sunglasses all up and almost instantly had a black eye, I feel like. I mean, so that was the first part of this. Well, then just shortly after that, we said, hey, so where we're staying at, there's this.
No, I said, hey, we've been drinking.
Yeah, there's like this rock wall.
Yeah, and
blocking the water from coming in.
Yeah. And there's like no waves, none at all.
There have not been for hours.
Zero waves. Yeah. And I'm like, I want my picture on those rocks. And I want to lay out like a swimsuit model. Like Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Here I come. And so I get out there, I lay on the rocks, I've got my drink.
As hell.
Kent's fixing to take the picture. Soon as he's fixing to hit snap on that picture, huge wave comes, knocks me all down those rocks. Plump, 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 plump,
yeah,
plump.
when I say down, I don't mean just like you fell off a shelf. I'm talking about 3 or 4 layers and levels of shelving of rocks.
Yes,
so,
it was not comfortable. It was not fun. I did not spill my drink. There's a lot of salt water in it, but I kept my drink.
I was proud
of you. Did not lose my
actually.
drink. And the next day, I looked like
she looked like she got
battered woman syndrome. I was beat hell.
Yeah, so we're not gonna make jokes about that, obviously, but it literally did look like.
Yeah, it was
because she had to wear sunglasses too, which is pretty,
I was looking through pictures
common.
the other day because we were out to dinner. We had a date night. We actually went by ourselves to eat. And I was kind of doing the whole memory lane thing, looking through pictures just to kind of jog my memory about different things that we could talk about. And I found the Hawaii pictures. And first of all, they're beautiful. Like I was showing somebody the sunset and like this is not filtered. This is gorgeous. Yeah. But I came across I took pictures of my bruised arm. Yeah. So
we need to redo that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was the funny part legit was we did not see any waves literally for hours, and then it was meant to be.
None.
That was funny. So anyways, we'll always remember that.
Yeah. That was actually a really cool trip. That was very beautiful. So did you have a little game that you wanted to play? Was it a game or just like a...
No, I was thinking we could do, it started out with the whole, almost like a newlywed type game, and you guess and I'll guess, we'll see if they're right or whatever.
And that seemed
too difficult to do on here, right?
Yes.
So then I thought, well, let me just write out a few questions.
Okay.
And Annie's strong suit.
Are we just going to go back and forth?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Because you
then made me pick out questions.
Yeah. And so we've not looked at each other's questions. We're going to be kind of rapid fire to a certain extent and see if we can stump each other at all.
I was going to say, which is not, that's what you were thinking to say.
Annie's strong suit is not like boom, 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 thinking on a spot like this. So,
no, I don't do well with that.
All right. So some of them are a little more benign than others. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
Yeah, you like using that word today.
Well, I think it makes me sound smart. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Sure, you might. You.
First question for you is, and I'm asking it about you, Annie, what is your worst habit?
My worst habit? This is what I think is my worst habit, or what
Yes.
you think is my
I
worst habit?
will tell you what I think your worst habit is once you answer.
I don't feel like I have any bad habits.
Of course you don't. See, again, she's not very good at like thinking.
No, I can't think of anything. I mean, I'm going through like my morning routine. I'm like, what do I do? Like,
so I have something in mind.
Like doing like what? Please,
I have something.
Please,
You want me to give you a hint?
Just say.
It's related to food. And I don't even know this is a habit, but this is the first thing that comes to my mind.
You're talking about
oh my
with
gosh,
the corn
y'all.
and the butter?
Well, no, it's hot food.
Oh, hot food.
This bitch right here.
I don't know what you want me to fucking do. Do you want me just?
She will not wait for food to cool down. I don't know how it's not cool because she takes 27 minutes to prepare her food. So I'm halfway through my meal most of the time before she's even sitting down. But I kid you not.
So do you just eat it and it just burns the skin off of your tongue?
I just swallow it so quick that it doesn't. So this girl,
that tracks.
She talks about corn because she particularly does it with corn. But anything hot, she puts in her mouth and it's like this little squirrel thing, and I'm like, if it's that hot, but she cannot help herself. I swear to you, if cereal was hot, she would do that shit with cereal.
I hate you.
So I don't know if that's a habit, but that was the first thing that kind of came to my mind.
I hate
now
you.
Now that you heard that, can you think about a habit that's your worst habit?
No, again,
Okay.
I still don't think I have any. None. Zero.
Shoot, what's yours? Question, go.
Well, I feel like mine are stupid compared to yours now. Okay. What food or snack that other people love do you think's overrated?
Avocado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was on Love Island. Every day they had avocado toast.
The avocado
Would you have
toast.
thought I would have said something else?
No, but you know what I would have said?
What?
Cheese.
Oh, God, cheese is amazing. All right, what is, Annie, what is your guilty pleasure? Hold on, let me ask it again. Annie, what is your guilty pleasure?
Your 1-900 talk a lot Katie voice on?
Shout out, Katie.
Guilty pleasure. Do you have one for me?
You're looking at me like... I can answer all this shit, but how do I know you better than you know you?
I don't know. What would you say is my guilty pleasure?
Well, what used to be, and you still... you like reading romance novels.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess that's probably what I would say.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Jeez.
What's your guilty pleasure?
I watch porn.
Oh, God.
I just see. I'm not addicted or anything like that. But,
right. That's, okay.
I will.
Okay,
I have watched it
separate
before.
podcast.
How about that? I've watched it before. All right, go ahead.
I've watched
Next
it
question.
before. Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna. This goes right into that. What's the most used emoji on your phone?
Honestly, the eyes. That one. What is that? A shock or I don't know what that one is.
Was it cross-eyed? Is there a cross-eyed
No.
emoji? Because you look like you're going a little cross-eyed.
It's the ones where their eyes are
The
like
big eye, like the shock.
Yeah,
It's
shock.
like shocked
That's
emoji.
probably and then the skull. I like to use on the skull too.
Really?
You thought I was going to say the eggplant?
I
No.
100% thought it was going to be.
That's
the eggplant.
because you get the eggplant from me so much.
Okay.
But I'm not just throwing eggplant around to everybody.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Generally speaking, it's
Glad
this one.
you're not
and
throwing
then,
that eggplant around.
And then I do that one a lot too. So sorry. This one's going to take a second. Okay, I'm going to give you a second to think about this.
I needed a second for most of them.
What is the most important thing your mom taught you?
Oh, God. Probably the thing I recite most to everyone else that my mom taught me was don't say what your kids won't do because they'll make a liar out of you every time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's most important, but it's definitely probably one of the things that have stuck with me the most. I try not to say my child will never do that because as sure as you say it, sure as shit, they're fixing to do it and make a liar out of you. So
that's awesome. I used to love Birdie's vocabulary too. I mean, not that it's really related to that, but you have a good vocabulary, as did she. And
I don't feel like I do. I need to do a little bit better about that. I've not been reading a lot lately. I feel like
if you don't use it, you lose it.
You really do. And I think you pick things up like that from reading, and she read a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like that was, but yeah, I need to expand my vocabulary. I think I was a part of that I followed that dictionary on Instagram, and they had like it would put a word on there once
No
a day
way.
or something like that. But
I need to look that up.
I've lost it in the algorithm somewhere. I need to go check it out again and see, because I do enjoy learning new words.
All right, next question.
Okay, next question for you is, do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, next question.
We're not expanding on that?
You asked me a yes or no question.
I
and I answered
know,
it.
but I could do a whole podcast.
You
just
really,
going
you
into
honestly,
I love
you
talking
honestly
about
could.
stuff
I
like
think
that.
there are just too many unexplainable things like pyramids and stuff like that. It's just I don't see how physically it could have happened in those times that it
I think it also
happened.
ties into time travel as well, because I feel like where did things in your imagination come from? So I think about like what's the Men in Black, the movie Men in Black, Will Smith and the aliens and whatever. And I'm like, how did somebody even think about that? And the fact that I don't really know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I 100%. I mean, hell, did we not go? I know I went down that TikTok rabbit hole. Was it last year?
I remember. I think you and Jackson did.
Oh
yeah.
God, we went all. It must have been before Jackson made that.
Jackson is our conspiracy theorist.
He is, and
he brings the ideas to us.
Yes, and I love that about it. I think he got that from me. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So whose question's next?
Oh, I guess it's mine.
No, you just asked me about alien.
Okay.
But we'll talk about aliens on another podcast.
Yes,
because
I would love.
I know you'll like
let's
that.
talk about that.
What?
Ooh, conspiracy theories. Let's do a conspiracy
What do
theory
you
one.
think makes?
Can y'all hear our dogs acting the fool in the background?
But the question is, what do you think makes a good kisser? But I'm going to insert what makes me a good kisser, since I'm an exceptional kisser. You tell me.
I think what makes a good kisser is the right amount of tongue, but your tongue has to be, it can't be too soft and it can't be too firm. Like when it's too firm, it's like, what are you doing with that? Like, are you wanting me to suck on it? Or are you like, what? I don't understand. Probing? Like, I don't like that. So it's got to be the right amount. Yeah. Like if your tongue, like sometimes you do that. I feel like when you're trying to be too aggressive, and I don't know if you're being stupid or I don't know what you're doing, but, so I think it's the right amount of tongue. Obviously, going for the right length of time. Like I'm not trying to just sit and kiss forever.
Man, not me. I literally could just sit there and kiss for 2 hours.
I got shit to do.
I got shit to do. I got to go to sleep.
Right. And obviously, nobody wants a slobbery kiss. And I think soft lips. You got to have nice, soft lips, supple, soft lips.
Next question.
Oh, we are really making sure we go fast on these.
Well, I'm sorry. This is rapid fire.
I've never agreed to it being rapid fire.
That's fair.
I thought we could discuss these things.
I am talent. I have creative
What do
direction.
you think makes a good kiss?
Everything you just described. I think
I taught you how to kiss.
You really did, and I think we've talked about this before with the whole porn kiss
I've
thing.
taught you
Like
a lot of
even
things.
our normal kind of peck, if you will, is kind of more of an open mouth kiss or whatever. But I think that pressure is important. I personally like kissing like your forehead and your like kissing around him. Like I like that. That does a lot for me.
But
Obviously,
you
I'm
know
not
what
going to
you
do that
do
if we're
that
out on a
drives me
date.
crazy?
Tell me.
You know, with kissing.
Your ear?
No.
Like, what?
You don't close your eyes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
And
like psycho
so, okay,
weird.
so let's go to the audience on this one because I do think it's important that people weigh in on this one. So y'all please comment. Annie seems to think that because I don't close my eyes that I'm not into it, which for 17 plus years I've done that. Like it's not like I've not wavered at all, and she knows I'm super into her. And if it's the same as if we're in a dark room as it is if we're getting popcorn at the movie
People
theater.
are going to be watching out for that.
Right. No,
Hard.
in fact, what's so funny is like Nicole and Nathan, right? So they're two of our friends. Like last year, I think they made a comment about it. So for a while, every time I kissed Annie, I would like call Nathan's name and I would like stare at him while I'm kissing Annie
Such a
just to be
weirdo.
stupid because it was like they were making fun of me about it. But I can say with 100% certainty, my eyes being open have nothing to do with whether or not I'm into it or not. I don't know where that comes from, but like closing my eyes seems weird to me. I don't know.
So you've always kissed everyone like this.
I didn't kiss anybody before you.
No,
I don't remember my life
okay,
before you.
Listen, we're not going to argue about it.
I think I probably kept my eyes open. That's what I would have to guess that, but I honestly cannot say.
Where did you learn how to kiss?
So I was probably in the 3rd grade, maybe 4th grade.
3rd?
Yeah, and so there was a girl named Naomi who lived next door to me, and her brother, Adam.
3rd grade?
Well, hold on, just hear me out. So her brother, Adam, was 2 years older, and they of course live right next door to us. My sister's 2 years older.
Okay, that's 5th grade.
Okay, but hold on. Yeah, so maybe 5th, 6th grade for them, 3rd, 4th for us, whatever. So anyhow,
that's too young.
and honestly, it made it. And now that I'm telling the story, it may have actually been even younger. If my sister listens to this, she'll probably be able to tell me. So anyhow, we go over there and we're like playing house or whatever, and Angie and Adam like go under these sheets. And Naomi and I thought they were making out because they were like supposedly acting like boyfriend and girlfriend. And I think Naomi and I were supposed to act like boyfriend and girlfriend. He's hitting the thing. So it's moving.
Well,
Lincoln. So anyhow, we thought that Angie and Adam were kissing. So naturally, we start to kiss. And I don't mean like peck. I mean like full on.
What?
I have no idea how we knew what to do or whatever. But we sure enough full on like French kissed.
I
yeah,
don't,
so
I don't
then
know
we
what to
tell
say.
Angie and Adam about it, and they were
I
like,
don't know what to
we
say.
were not kissing at all. We were not kissing at all. And what's so bad is like, the house that was next to us, it was the church owned it. So the preacher lived there.
Right.
And that was like the preacher's family.
That you were kissing with?
In the like 3rd or 4th grade. I don't know exactly how old.
Oh my god.
So anyhow, I didn't say any last names, so we're good there. Which I don't even know that I remember their last name. But anyhow, I will always remember that as my very first kiss.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. So
You
what can I say? What can I say?
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm disappointed in you. 3rd grade.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
That would be the
That's nasty.
oldest. That would be the oldest I would have been. I might have even been
3rd grade would
yeah.
be the oldest?
Yeah, I might have even been. I don't know. 8. I don't know.
Okay, so that was just
wanna-
like
next
playing.
time we see Ange.
That was just playing as kids.
Sure, we were playing boyfriend and girlfriend.
So my question is did you just were you like, whoa, this was great, and like take off from there and like kiss everybody you?
No, and then you just have girlfriends throughout the years, and I guess you just kiss. I don't know.
Did you have girlfriends in like 4th grade and kiss them? I mean, like in 4th grade, I'm feeling like I'm still playing kickball.
I know for
4th grade.
I think when I first started really liking a girl, I won't say her name, but probably 3rd grade. And I don't think we kissed, but I'm probably my first kiss was like, I don't know, 5th grade, maybe 4th grade. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you just, I mean, it's not like you take a class on it. You just know how to, like, how did you know how to kiss? You just.
Well, I mean, I had a first kiss.
Then I guess you kiss someone else and you, okay, well, that feels a
guess.
little different. Then you maybe kiss something that feels, so you just figure out what is your kissing style. So, but my style that I have now obviously is from you. I mean, I feel like I adapted my kiss to you far more than you
Naomi,
adapted to me.
she didn't teach you anything. I had to come in and fix it all.
It's not like I was a bad kisser. You need to stop that right now because you about to piss me off. But this is gonna turn into life's big ass argument. You keep on trying to clown me on a nationally syndicated podcast.
I'm nationally syndicated. Oh my god.
So anyhow, yes, you taught me how to kiss. You're the greatest kisser in the world. Blah blah blah.
You're a great kisser.
Yeah.
You're an amazing kisser. I wouldn't want to kiss with anybody else.
Damn, how did we get on that topic? By the way,
Your question?
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So it's your turn to ask me a question.
How do you feel about shower sex?
I don't like it.
I don't either.
Yeah, it does not. It never has done anything.
I
for me.
want to like it.
Yeah.
I think it like the thought of it is sexy and like
Yeah.
hot and steamy.
Because you see it on TV.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh yeah, that looks awesome.
And then water is just not wet. If that makes any sense.
It's not, and it does the
Same thing
the
as in a
reverse.
pool. Pool
Yeah,
sex, not good either.
Absolutely, it does the reverse to your body. I think
Yeah,
too.
it like makes you more dry somehow. I don't
Not
know.
to mention like our bodies. I don't know if it's just the height difference or like that where your legs hit and where my like standing up isn't even really that good either. So that's kind of part of it as well. But I mean, there are even times where I want to do something else in the shower, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I wait to, because it just doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it desensitizes you as well quite a bit. So
shower sex not my thing.
yep. So how would your best friend describe you?
Probably unhinged.
Okay. Okay.
Demure.
Oh yeah. That's on trend right now.
Yeah, on trend. That would not be the case though. Probably a little crazy, a little sassy, a little goofy, a little smart, a little sweet.
Sound like a Valentine's Day card. I would agree with all those things.
Or what a jawbreaker.
Yeah, I would agree with all those things. All right. You should have another question for me, I believe. I have one more for you.
When and where do you like to have sex?
Anytime, anywhere. No.
Anything?
Anything you want.
Anything?
Like I have always been more reserved, I think, in that area. So like the whole public thing or whatever is just I fantasize about it, but to actually do it, I don't know that I could. When
we first got together, he I was very affectionate and very public displays of affection, and it made you so uncomfortable at first.
This was the first time that I had ever been in a relationship where it was that level
and
of
for
PDA.
people, I know people that know us now, like good friends that know us now, probably would never believe that about you based on how you act now.
I remember we used to go to restaurants, and she'd put her foot across the booth, in between my legs and shit. And I'm like grabbing her feet, and I'm like, girl, we're a freaking restaurant. We're at Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue right now.
So uncomfortable.
No, we would be standing in line somewhere, and she would just have her arm right there and be rubbing up against my ding-a-ling and stuff. And I'm like, girl, there are people standing right here. And then I remember you say, if my arm was here, you'd rub up against me and just have your boob going against me. You still do that now. But yeah, when we first got together, the level of PDA was very uncomfortable, but I got used to it very, very quickly, and I loved it. I said, I think on the last podcast that one of my favorite things about you is your affection.
I think that's how I snagged you.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Gotcha.
Hook, line, and sinker. So now, PDA is just normal for me. I don't think anything of it. I wish we did more of it now. Like we used to, but
I'm working on it.
Yeah, so
I'm working on bringing my feminine energy back.
That's funny you say. Here's a move that Annie has done this to me for 17 years. I don't know.
I read it in a Cosmo.
I got to move my headset for this one, but for whatever reason, for years
I read it in a
we'd be making out, and she'd reach up and do this to my earlobe. And I don't know how long it went on. Probably a couple years.
For people that are not watching, because I don't know if these are going to be posted.
I'm kind of caressing my earlobe. I'm just kind of caressing my earlobe. And I probably did it. You probably did it for, I'm guessing, a year before. I was like, what are you doing that for? And you were like, don't you like it? I'm like it doesn't do anything. Yeah, sure, it feels good. But no, it doesn't turn me. She was like, I read it in a Cosmo. Now, keep in mind, Annie and I, we used to, one of our kind of dates that we used to do is we go to the bookstore.
We did. We used to go to Barnes and Noble.
And Barnes and Noble used to have a sex aisle, which, by the way, I don't think they have it anymore. We were just there the other day.
We searched.
Yeah, we searched and we didn't find it. But anyhow,
we would look like tantric sex books.
Yeah, we would just look through and laugh at the positions and be like, "There's no way." And but it was just it was what we did.
Yeah,
that was kind of one of our date nights or whatever. So anyhow, but yeah, she did that for years before I finally was like, "Where is?" And so now every now and again she'll find herself reaching up and doing it, and then she'll kind of giggle like, "What am I doing still?" So that was fun going down memory lane.
Yeah. So, very interesting.
All right, last question for you, Annie. What is your favorite position?
Hold on, you didn't answer when, did you?
Oh, I just gave you your question.
Oh, I didn't really listen to it.
What is your favorite position?
Well, I want you to answer when.
When what?
Your question was when and where do you like to have sex?
Oh.
You never answered the question, actually.
I don't know how we digressed from that. No. So I've only had public sex one time, and it was last year when we went on vacation to Key West. and we kind of alluded to it on one of the other things.
Lauren, warning.
Oh,
do
yeah.
do not listen to this podcast.
Yeah, Lauren's like, I can't wait to listen to the next episode. And we're like, no, you can just
I
skip
don't
this one.
think you
So anyhow, there was a place we went, and it had like a rooftop kind of place or whatever, and it was basically closed. We're the only people up top. And next thing you know, this girl right here was I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to go with it. Of course, I'm looking around everywhere. I'm worried about cameras. You remember there was like an elevator thing, and I was worried about your ass falling down the elevator.
Because it was like the elevator was like broken or something. And you were worried to death I was going to fall down this elevator shaft.
But that's the craziest place I've ever had sex. And that's probably the only time I could ever say that was like crazy. But generally speaking, I'm a bedroom guy. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, couch is fun as long as, you know.
I like to be comfy.
Yeah.
I like it to be, because I want it to feel good. So I want to like really be in the moment and be real comfy.
Yeah.
And I got long legs, so I need some space.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to go. Okay, what was my last question?
What is your favorite position? It just kind of flows into this conversation, it sounds like, anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
How did we turn into this?
You're the one that said pick a couple of questions that had to do with sex.
I didn't think we were going to get this into it, but I'm cool with it. I mean,
well, we can stop then.
No, we said authenticity, so here we go.
Okay. Well, I would say top. That's what I like.
Yep. I figured you'd say that.
Yeah.
It's my favorite too.
Is it?
Yeah. You want to go ahead?
Okay, podcast is over. Bye.
All right. Was there anything else we were going to talk about? Did you have any other questions? Anything else?
I don't think I had any other questions.
Yeah. This was just kind of a catch-all kind of episode. It was fun. We wanted it to be a little more light.
Yeah, we wanted it just to be a little bit lighter because I felt like, I don't know that it was super deep, but I mean, it definitely...
It was a little heavier.
It's a little heavier.
The last couple have been a little bit heavier.
And I think some of the ones coming up topics we've thought about talking about.
They too might be a little heavy.
Yeah. So I think last time I talked about it, I was talking about infertility. I said our infertility issues, and I'm like, I think it's fertility issues, not infertility issues. So we'll talk about that eventually, but yeah. So we just wanted to make this kind of a little more fun. But we hope you guys are enjoying it.
Yes.
We appreciate everybody listening. We're going to keep doing it. So we have not hit 10.
Rate and review.
We haven't hit 10 episodes yet. So that's kind of our next thing. So we'll hit 10 episodes and we'll keep going. Please make sure if you want to text us at the very, on the podcast descriptions at the very top. I know at least, I guess on all of them probably, there's a thing up there that says text us already. You can text us questions, comments.
Rate and review.
You can't really rate and review on that.
Okay.
But you can text us. And you can DM us on Instagram on Life's Little Arguments. I know our dogs are going crazy. It's time to take them out. Okay, well, we love you guys, and we will talk to you next week.
Go
Bye.
dogs. Oh, geez. What's it? Oh, geez.
That was bad.